Okay, folks, here today, chatting with my good friend Johnny Gay, aka Jay Gay, aka Stormin, the Storminator. What would you add there?
International man mystery.
International man of mystery, man of the plan. He's always planning and probing for opportunities for world domination. But we're just here today to have a chat about Johnny, the musical journey that he's on, and we'll get to know hopefully a wee bit about the man behind the music, because we don't often see that side. Well, I do, like, but
Too often.
So I have a few questions lined up for him here, but generally we're just going to have a conversation that will go off in different directions, and at the end of it we'll have better insight into Johnny and what his plans are for the future and what his motivations are for making music now. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now.
Please. This is my day.
Yeah, so first of all, Johnny, how's things?
Good Christmas.
It was quiet and peaceful, so
Yeah.
sneaked a few pints in.
Sneaked a few pints in, we did. Sneaked a few pints in myself. And I've been having a few hornswoggles most nights just because I can. A couple of wee sociable tins of Guinness and what have you, and cheese boards flat out and lint balls like they're going out of fashion, but has to be done, doesn't it?
Access and just piggery, really.
But it's building the focus for
Has to be done.
has to be done.
But listen, we'll kick off.
Go for it.
Okay, so I want to just probe a wee bit about, I suppose, your inspirations musically.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in know, growing up as a young person, what were your first musical influences in your upbringing?
This is going to be a long one. I would say, whilst my family are not musical in the sense that none of them really play musical instruments or anything like that, but big musical lovers. Coming up around the house, like my mum was cleaning or whatever, I wasn't helping obviously. She'd had Queen on or something like that. My dad would have been massively into Thin Lizzy, the Cranberries, when we were driving our mum matches and stuff. Cranberries would have been on, Thin Lizzy, Queen. My mum loved a wee bit of Rod Stewart, like, we did it for that man too. Like. I suppose growing up then I went through my own phases. Started to get into Metallica. Family member and uncle got me into Metallica. I loved them straight away, basically from no age. Then I moved into Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, all the biggies really. My brother, joke away, my brother up, the only cool thing he ever gave me was his love for Oasis, and obviously a passionate Oasis fan have been ever since day one. You know, your Stone Roses, Smiths, then moving into the likes of Snow Patrol. Dermot Kennedy's a great artist recently, Florence and the Machine, the Cooks. It's just love most music, to be honest.
Full range?
Full range of music, I love it all. There's very few genres that I couldn't give time to, you know.
What age would you say you were roughly when you got bit by that bug?
Musically, as young as I can remember. I've always tried to create and always tried to mess about and stuff, but I was a 4-chord wonder, still am, to be honest. Like, when I picked up the guitar, I wish I'd stuck at it when I was younger and played properly now, but I've always known that music was there. I actually missed out on that last answer there. People have been watching this going, you didn't even say about your age. I love dance music, like, passionate about dance music. I actually create and release dance music as well. It's something that'll always be in me. I think music is in me. You know, even my girls around the house and stuff, they're massively into their music. Maybe we all like different types of music and stuff, but music is a common thing. It's a common therapy, I would say. It's an outlet, a release, and it's something that I'm very passionate about, as you are yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Right, staying with music, I suppose. Interested to know about you've talked about your musical influences, and that came from your upbringing. Just you were surrounded by music, as most of us are, and you absorbed that.
Yeah.
Listening to your music, I know it's very emotionally charged. It comes from an emotional place. Singers, songwriters, or storytellers, in a sense. And I was just wondering, when I listen to the range of emotion in your music, is your music, would you say it's autobiographical?
Yes and no. I think it said in one of my first ever posts about my JGA project that you know, it comes from somewhere, you know, whether it's a personal experience of mine or an experience that a family member is going through or going through, it's something directly connected to me. So I suppose in that sense, yes, it is. Sometimes I feel like I'm writing on the behalf of others, if you know what I mean, in the sense that it's maybe something that they've gone through that I've tried to articulate down in word and song, but I think that, yeah, a lot of it is autobiographical, but it's funny because I've had this conversation with you before, and I've had this conversation with other people. People that say, like, what's your song about? What's that song about? And I say, it's whatever you hear. It's whatever you hear is what that song's about. Because I don't know about you, but when you listen to some of your famous artists or people that you love, like say Noel Gallagher, Ian Dermot Kennedy and stuff, you listen to the song, you listen to what they're saying it's about. First time I heard it, I heard something completely different. Like, I let you hear my next song. It's going to be released at the end of January. And what you said to me, what you felt it was about, was not about that at all. But I love that. I love that you heard it in a different way. And I think whenever I feel sort of, it's a real freaking arty-farty thing to say here, but I feel almost obliged and responsible because it, you know me, like I'm quite a confident fellow. And probably based in no sense of reality whatsoever. But I think I'm
false confidence.
Yeah. Where's he getting that from? But
I think you need that.
I feel that I'm quite good at this songwriting malarkey, to be honest, and I feel obliged now to write stuff and get it out there. And I think that I want to get it out there, and then whenever I put it out into the ether, it belongs to everybody. And whatever somebody gets from it, that's what they get from it. And yeah,
interesting. So you're not always that the main protagonist within the song.
Not always, no.
Within the narrative of the song, but you sometimes you feel like maybe you're channeling some energies maybe through other people, other experiences that you've absorbed, that you've been maybe influenced by.
If you look at the likes of Strong, my song that I released, Strong, that song wasn't about me per se, but it was about a way in which I was trying to help somebody very close to me, and what they were going through. And I suppose I'm actually going to preempt one of your questions, maybe, if I think you might ask, because as he hasn't told me any of these, but I don't want to know. I want to be real. I think that song there, I got myself a wee bit deflated, because obviously I've got a full-time career and job, which I love as well, but I got myself a wee bit frustrated with that song came out, because I put a lot into the actual recording, the artwork, the imagery, the media, the video, whole shebang. But on the day of release, I hadn't really promoted it, so to speak. But I'd said to you before that day, literally that night, it was released on the Friday, and that Friday night, the guy reached out to me to say that he'd heard the song by chance, and that he felt that it was a song was written for him to hear in that moment, because his best friend had committed suicide. One of his best friends had committed suicide earlier that week, on the Monday, the Tuesday, I think it was. And that was the first time that him and his family had actually broken and allowed that emotional release, so to speak. And to be honest, he said it was a really important song for him, and like, almost cheesy thing to say and cliche, but that actually means a whole lot more to me than a billion streams. So that's what I'm saying to you about now. I feel almost a sense of obligation or a sense of responsibility to get, if people are telling me that this music's helping them, I need to get it out there. And that's basically where I'm at with that, in terms of the motivation. Plus I want to get filthy rich. Let's be honest.
No, I feel that like if you have, I think if you've something to say and you've a creative way of saying it, and if you've got an audience, I think you have an obligation on.
That's the problem.
Getting an audience. But yeah, no, I feel that, and it leads me on to one of the other questions. You probably answered it. When you think of anyone that's creative, whether it's an athlete or a performer, an artist in any shape or form, they often get asked why. So what is your why? You've maybe already answered that, or do you want to?
I have and haven't. I think initially the why was possibly, I say this in terms of my dance music, right? See, when you love something so much, and music, whatever genre, I feel a sense of obligation to contribute to that. You know, with dance music especially, I felt like I've been listening to this music for 20 plus years. I feel like I want to create something to contribute to that scene. I'm not sounding mental, but I do feel a sense of obligation to create, and it's the same with this. Although I suppose with the acoustic stuff, it's funny the way it happened, because I've been strumming a few chords here and there for 30 years, but nothing like, as I say, a 4-chord wonder. But I think with the JGA stuff, I was on a school trip once, and I heard this person, just a normal lady, like, you know, just look, nice girl, sounds a pound. I didn't even know that she did music, and she just started playing the piano and started singing. This was about 6-7 years ago. It was actually in my other school, and she just started playing and singing, and it was like, my goodness, that's incredible. And I was like, I want to do that. Like, I want to create something that, you know, has that impact. I want to have something that can create an impact or an emotional response within someone. So then I just started writing. I came home that day, actually, on the Friday from the trip. It was way in Edinburgh Residential, and Corrymeela. And I came home that Friday, and I picked up the guitar for the first time in ages, and literally wrote two verses and a chorus of the song called All I Need, which is going to be out probably around May of this year. It's the first song I ever wrote. That was about 8 years ago, and I just wrote about something that I knew, and just something that I felt at that time, and it just came out, and I was like, oh, actually sounds alright. And then I just started writing like a madman. And initially, I suppose the way, it's a combination of factors: sense of wanting to contribute, the sense of, can I do this? You know, that self-doubt and that question saying, no, I am going to do this, and challenging myself. And then once you get that wee taste, and once you see that people actually like this, and this is actually having a positive impact on people, you get a wee taste for that, wee hunger for that, and you want to crack on and do more.
No doubt. I think also, but once you go through the creative process and you have a finished product and it actually sounds pretty damn good,
yeah,
whether that's a piece of art or a song or you know, whatever, there's a sense of, right, well, I can do this, and why would I not do it again?
Yeah.
And maybe do it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're always going to be, although I do think that All I Need, strangely enough, even though it's the first song I ever wrote, I think it's going to be one of the best. Always, I'm really chuffed with that one, really proud of that one. I'm really proud of the way I finished. I recorded it last year, but I know what you're saying. It's like, can I write and create something better than that? You know, it's that chasing that. The next time I pick up the guitar, something's going to come out that's going to be even better than what I've written. And yeah, it's therapy too. See if you've had an absolute stinker of a day. you've gone and somebody's been giving off or something or whatever, and you know yourself, just daily life, anything. See you pick up the guitar and you just throw that down on that page. You might never use it, but it's a good outlet. And it means you don't fly around house somebody.
You can channel through music, it's better than, for sure. No, I'm interested in that because obviously when you've got that creative kind of urge in you, it makes sense to channel it. And to try and, if you can create something, like you say, that'll maybe be appreciated or respected, or even just help someone else, or put a smile in someone's face. Sounds a bit cheesy, like, but you know, it is what it is.
Straight.
So maybe just taking a wee side road away from music now.
Okay.
We'll have a few other questions here that'll hopefully be interesting.
This is worrying.
So I was thinking, if you look back, you know, you're a man who's had life experience like most of us, some good, some not so good. And if I asked you to think about the advice you would give maybe your 15-year-old self, how long have you got?
Let your poor mummy have a night's sleep. 15.
There's definitely a few haircuts you would advise yourself against.
A few? Every haircut from the age of 11, probably right up to about 33, was an absolute shocker. I can't believe these guys actually let me talk about. You probably picked your evidence somewhere, do you?
Things you do for friendship.
Apart from the spikes, I'll stand by the spikes to the grave, like. They were wearing class, especially the UV tips on them. Advice: respect time, respect free time. I have to probably clarify what I mean by that. I was all acting all wiser. I felt like I need to stroke the
You were
beard or
just,
something.
yeah.
I was giving it that, like,
Yeah.
when I was pondering. No, I suppose when you're that age, right, you see now, you know yourself, when you have commitments, when you have family, when you have friends that you stay in touch with, when you have your job, your career aspect, when you have your own hobbies, all of those things, right, you value every second that you have that's free, so to speak, in terms of following a passion like a music or an art or writing or whatever it is. When you're that age, you don't value that at all. You do not value the free time. A small percentage of people do, and they're the people who excel in terms at a really young age. See the artists who have broken through really young, who are really talented. If you look at the likes of, say, Billie Eilish and her brother, what's he called, Phineas, like those guys are just writing songs flat out and producing from where like 13. They weren't like, you know, doing normal 13-year-old things. And I suppose you could say, oh, we'll have to have a child, 100%, you know, you can't force something down, but if somebody really wants something, respect time and use your time wisely. I used my time in my youth. It was very enjoyable, but some of it was definitely wasted, as we all did.
Yeah, fair enough.
Maybe not that insightful, but yeah, just respect time.
No,
Make the most of it.
I think there's value in what you're saying there. It kind of probably links into something that I've been kind of focusing on lately. Is more about mindfulness, like something like maximising the present moment.
Yep.
Which is similar.
Yep.
But yeah, no, fair enough. Okay, good advice.
Yep.
Right, like a true pro, I'm just going to refer to my notes here.
Yeah.
So just looking at you then, musically or not musically, or just generally, I wish I was a bit more
modest.
successful musically.
Definitely that modesty of mine. It's a killer.
It's held you back. Sure.
It's held me back. No, I wish I was a wee bit more. Probably going to what you're saying there, Sprats, or Mark. I have to fill every second of every day. You know, I literally live by a to-do list, and I need to do this, and this has to happen by this time. And I do that transfers from work, from getting everything done from a career sense, but also personally as well, and personal life. And I wish I had the ability to, I wish it was a bit more, I don't know how I could phrase this, a bit more able to just
Switch off
at times. And I don't mean just like, as I say, professionally, or just even like, you know, just be able to take up more opportunities to just know that I don't have to be productive. You know, you don't always have to be productive, whereas I always feel the sense that I have to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish at this moment I was a bit more able to just chill at times.
That's a good answer. It's probably an answer I kind of half expected, because I kind of see you as very organised, very kind of disciplined with your time, and almost a bit pedantic maybe with timetable and kind of slotting this in and fitting this in. So I can see why you went for that there.
It can be a strength, but it can also be a weakness. It can be a strength in that you get a lot of stuff done. It can be a weakness in that it becomes like a straitjacket, very restrictive. And a straitjacket you're putting yourself in. Every time I drink this tea, it's spilling all over it. Old school.
No, fair enough. I said, as you said, it can be it's a gift and a curse, isn't it? In the sense that it enables you to get a lot of things done. You're productive, but you're maybe not getting as much downtime that maybe you need. Fair enough. Okay.
Sleep as well, you know. I go to bed relatively early, but I'm up at cockcrow every morning. I have stuff to do, like musically. Like usually I'll get up at say 5:30, but if I have some stuff to do musically, it has to get done. I've seen mornings where I've got up at like 4:30, 4:45. You know, and I'm doing an hour's music, an hour's training, and then going to work. But it is what it is.
That's it. You have to, as you get older, you have to accept these things a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When the yacht arrives, when the royalties come in and the yacht arrives, then I'll unwind.
You'll put the feet up. Okay, moving on. Okay, we'll try this one then. A wee bit more lighthearted. Right. You're in an airplane, right? Not now. We're not in an airplane now.
Okay.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Okay. It's you, Noel Gallagher, Kieran McGeeney,
Don't say Liam.
and Roy Keane. You have a parachute. There's only one other one. Who do you give it to?
Give me it again. Give me it.
You're in a plane. It's going down. It's yourself, Noel Gallagher, Kieran McGeeney, and Roy Keane. There's 2 parachutes. You take one. Who do you give the other one to?
I
think McGeeney could survive a plane crash with their parachute.
I think he'd long in a full handstand. And he would just crack the surface of the earth. The earth's crust. We just leave that earth.
Armageddon.
Either that or McGeeney could like shield Keno and Gallagher. You know, he could like wrap them up and just take the impact. Real answer. I love Noel, right?
But we have all his best music.
Well, he probably still write basic music. But I do the song right from now on, Noel. You've had your fun. You're getting a job song.
If you had parachutes for everybody, you wouldn't give Noel one.
No. Just a competitor now. He's a competitor these days. No, I would say that Keno has slimmed down a bit. I would probably strap Keno to myself, take our chances, and give Geeson the other one. And I write the songs from here on in, Chief.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Again, wee bit out there. Favourite story or parable from the Bible? One that just sticks in your head, you just like it.
It's been a while, Sprats. It's been a while.
Just anything even from school, is there any?
Ballyone Primary School, P4 or E class, prepping for First Holy Communion.
I mean,
I'll tell you what I have heard recently.
Full of wisdom.
I'll tell you what I have heard recently, right, which I love. And I'm telling you, I probably love it for the wrong reasons. But do you see, you know, Katie Taylor? I'm not massively into boxing. Yeah, I'm not massively into boxing. I love my mixed martial arts, but I love Katie Taylor. I just love what she's about. She's just an Irish champion, Celtic warrior queen, and she just does it so humbly and she's just an amazing role model. But she has this psalm, I forget the name, it's 18 Psalm 18 something, but she talks about the Lord and He has prepared my fists for battle, and that, you know, it's such an inspiring script. I'll find it and I'll send it. She has it, she references it all the time about how the Lord has prepared her not just physically but mentally for battle. And you can look at that as being the physical battle, but it's also just the battle of life, for being resilient for whatever life throws at you, whatever challenges and stuff you might face. But yeah,
she's just adopted it like as a mantra.
She has, but I think she even uses it like you think because she's a boxer. I think she just uses it because obviously she's been through her own personal struggles and family life and all that sort of stuff. So I think she uses it psychologically and physically, and I think that's the way you can look at it. Listen, regardless of your religious beliefs, the Bible's full of amazing codes to live by. So yeah, it's
just on that. You're heavily tattooed. Do you have any religious iconography, art, body work? I think you do.
I have a guardian angel on my back. The guardian angel is sort of. I'll tell you how you know the guardian angel one, do you? Do you know how it started out? It was
maybe, but
do you remember? I can't believe what was that. Do you remember you used to run around with diamond earrings in?
That sounds like something you would have done. Yeah.
I was getting cut that. That's getting cut back. Unfortunately, Rock were running around in diamond earrings.
Beckham, was it Beckham influence?
Probably was. Like I always loved Beckham. Back in the day, like I always loved Beckham. But anyway, I had his tattoo, the copy of his tattoo, and I went in. I was 20, say, when I got it, and which at the time I felt was cool, but obviously it wouldn't. So I sort of said, went in when I was 28, 29, 30, whatever it was, I said, listen, I want this reworked to be something different. And then I have my girls obviously under it, so it's sort of like a protective figure looking down over them. Family and friends in Arabic, which I got in Thailand, and that's where that story ends. And what else have I got? I've just stuff about music and stuff on my chest, and I have another music theme thing on my shoulder.
No, I only asked because I do remember you had the kind of crucifix kind of thing on your back. Yeah, it was linked in.
I'm definitely a spiritual kind of guy, like, but I just don't know. I suppose I have my own views on faith and my own faith. We're not getting into that now.
No.
That's one for another day.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah, well, it is that.
Right. We will move on. So, yeah. You can attend any famous concert or sporting event in history. Which one do you choose?
Can I have both? Can I have one of each?
One of each.
Concert. I'll come back to concert. I was at Armagh winning the All Ireland. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to go with United securing the treble in May of 1999, which I just think would have been mind blowing. That would have been a sporting event. Musically, so many. I'd love to have experienced the likes of a mental Woodstock or something. Like that would have been mental. I probably would have just lay upside down in a tent for about 3 days. Even that would have been tremendous. Yeah, Woodstock would have been class, and you look back and see clips of it. The original, I went to Nebworth there, obviously in the summer, which was unbelievable.
But the original would have been
something else even. The fact that it was recorded, I didn't know until I watched the documentary that it was on. The original ones were broadcast on Radio 1. I didn't know that. The likes of that, and even the fact there was no camera phones, there was no, you had to phone up on your house landline to get tickets, to buzz off that, queuing up and stuff. I think that would have been an iconic gig to go to. Yeah, probably the original Nebworth.
Right.
What about yourself?
I was kind of brought up listening to a lot of Queen music.
Oh, Queen, yeah.
And I think of Live Aid, there's that iconic performance of Queen and Freddie Mercury. So I think that would have been something else to be in that crowd, quite close to that stage. But
what do you think of the film adaptation?
I thought it was pretty good. The guy who played Freddie Mercury was amazing.
That was unreal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I thought who do you call him was brilliant. Armin Cusker, his Freddie's boyfriend, he was brilliant.
No doubt. I'd love to have felt that first wave of Nirvana. Been in an audience of maybe one of their first gigs just before they broke.
Yeah. I see Underground Railway Club or something.
I think it was just a moment in time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Where grunge was it was new-ish, and when you read about it, read a lot about it, and they just said there was just something in the air when them boys were on stage, like they just had an energy about them.
But that was an era
completely different.
That was an era because at that time, right, you had over there, you had Nirvana, Seattle grunge, and then in UK obviously had Oasis, Britpop, two freaking superpowers, just starting a complete revolution at different sides of the Atlantic.
No doubt.
Good times. I was maybe too young to get the full buzz off in terms of going out in concerts and seeing these things, because when those boys kicked off I was only about 7.
Yeah. They're hard to pick, hard to choose, like. There's so many. Right. Your house is burning down. You have time to run back in and save one item, right? What do you choose? Your guitar. Now everyone's safe, like all the time.
Yeah.
One item, one kind of material thing. Your guitar, your dog, or that giant self-portrait that you have of yourself dressed as a Roman general. I've seen it. There's no point in that.
I would probably let it. I would probably let it burn, because by the time the insurance came back, the marble sculpture that I have created of that exact image would have arrived. Obviously the dog, freaking love
Has
Cub.
to be the dog.
He's my wee man, he's my son, my fluffy son.
This is a standard interview question, and one of my favourites actually. Desert island disc. You're stranded on a desert island. You can take one album, one book, and one movie. No one said this was going to be easy.
Frig's sake. One album, well, it's going to be definitely maybe, isn't it? Like, let's be honest with the thing. It's going to be definitely maybe, or Champagne, not Champagne should be over. What's the Story, Morning Glory? Is it? Yes, it's going to be one of those two. If it's the only thing that I can listen to for the rest of my life,
Pretty much.
yeah.
I think that's yeah.
Unless I
I
start
think that's the idea.
creating a full orchestra with coconut shells. What was the other one? Book.
Book, any books that stand out?
It's probably not a heavy reader or an academics style book, but it's one of the first books that I read voluntarily. The Da Vinci Code. I love the Da Vinci Code. Just think it's superbly written. Whether a lot of it's, the beauty of it is there are truths weaved within a tapestry of narrative,
yeah.
and I just think it's done really, really well. So that
Absolutely thoroughly entertaining book.
oh, brilliant. Angels and Demons is arguably better,
Yeah.
but I love the Da Vinci Code.
It's not going to win a Nobel Literature Prize.
No,
but
it's not
that's
like
the point.
no. Talk just in terms of enjoyment.
Yeah.
What else?
Film then, one film maybe that you.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. No, what would I like?
Police Academy 3.
What?
Back in Training.
I was going to say something there. I just realised the context. I'm going after that one. I always love those, those epic big like Gladiator and Braveheart and Rocky IV. You know, when you're beating up the couch after you're watching it.
It's just a wee testosterone fuel.
Just like an alpha
spine tingler.
when you're getting stuck into the couch.
Gladiator's as good as they come now.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, good choice.
Rocky IV as well.
Good choices.
You're literally skipping in the kitchen like after you've watched Rocky IV.
You can't leave Rocky. Okay, right, we'll back to the music. So you've got the stage now where you've made music, you've released music. It's been pretty well received. You've worked with some fairly big names now in the industries. Most recently, Trucker Diablo.
Great lads.
So fair to say you're establishing yourself. Your name's kind of out there. What are your aspirations musically for the next maybe 5 years?
That's a tough one because I should already know that, and I should already have the answer for that. Even though I didn't know you were going to ask me, I should already know that, but I don't really know it. I'll tell you, I just want as many people to hear any music as possible. Once they've heard, they can make their own mind up, and that's fine. But the difficulty in the modern world, people say it's easier than ever with social media and all the rest. I would argue it's tougher because social media is becoming such a saturated swamp market, and especially for somebody like me who, if I wasn't doing music, I wouldn't have social media. I don't love it, but I have to play that social media game.
It's a necessary evil.
It is, and to be honest, the challenge is whatever goals I have, there are certain roadblocks in my way. Like I'm probably, I'd say I'm doing everything the wrong way in that. Well, for a start, I'm not 25. I know I use a really good moisturiser, but I reckon my face is falling off. No, I just think that, yeah, I'm not 25, so I'm starting this a wee bit later on in life. I don't wear any stupid hats. I don't have like an alter ego, so to speak. I don't headbutt watermelons and put videos on TikTok and all that. I don't have TikTok. I got it there recently and I put a couple of videos up and it just didn't sit well with me. And then I watched Joe Rogan clip where he explained the control that they have and what they can see and all the crack. I just thought, you know what, delete it. I knew it didn't feel right anyway. So every music promotion, every marketing thing says you need to be on TikTok, you need to have something that makes you stand out, you need to have a... I just don't have any of that. And you know what? I'm not going to push it, I'm not going to... To me, it's about... For me, it's writing music, recording it to the best of my ability, wrapping it in this really good media package, the visuals and stuff, and getting it out there for people to enjoy. I'm not going to run around like an absolute trumpet. I do that anyway. I do that for free, but I'm not going to do it.
You're not
3, 2, 1, make a tube of yourself.
Yeah,
You know,
you're not going to flog yourself for the
No.
sake of the music.
I can do that. I'll probably do stupid videos when I want, but it'll not be linked to because I feel this is going to be really good for music. It's just good because it was on a glade.
But you'll promote yourself on your own terms and not necessarily be dictated to by
Yeah.
you know the
What I think's current, or
Yeah.
it's like how do you be relevant in a swamp market? How do you be current, or how do you see all that? That gives me brain ache.
Mhm.
Just think that I can't be arsed even thinking about that stuff. I just want to write music and get it out there.
Mhm.
But
And on a smaller scale then, for example, you're working on an album, is that right?
no, I know.
Or it's a longer term goal?
Yeah, I have 8 tracks now recorded and ready to go. I have about 50 written, I would say. I have 8 recorded and they're ready to go. They'll not be an album. Some of those will make the album, but you see on like a personal social media that I had about 4 years ago when I first started talking about the whole J thing, I spoke about how there was a wee clue in that to what the album would be. I've known basically from day one exactly what the album's going to be called. I can see the artwork for it. I know how many tracks are going to be on it, and I would say I've probably 4 or 5 of those tracks. I've about 6 actually. I have 6 of those tracks written already. So I know exactly the album. I know what it's going to be. It's just when's the right time to do it.
And is that achievable in that time frame of 5 years? Do you think?
100%. Yeah. Once I do this wave of around the next 8 to 10 tracks, I'll see where I am, and then I might just start to focus in on an album. Again, at the minute, Mark, I'm chatting in that empty room.
Okay, this one now. I know you're a foodie, like, right? You're on death row. You're given one last meal.
Christmas Day dinner. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Like,
Stuffing. Different types of stuffing. Oh, ham, cider, soaked ham. No brainer.
roasties,
Roasties.
sprouts.
I didn't even let you finish that. I just stole that from you, did I?
No, you didn't. You just rushed it in.
Yeah.
With a voracious appetite.
Mm.
But dinner in general, then, 'cause you like your mum spuds too.
Oh, I love the Sunday spuds.
So any meal on earth, any restaurant, and you're going for the Sunday roast. Can't argue with that.
No. One Sunday dinner and Christmas Day dinner, which is just tremendous.
Can't argue with that. Okay. Let's see.
What about you? Have you ever been able to? Do you remember back in the glory days of university, we used to call you Marc half-time at Gina McCann? Have you ever finished the full time?
I still now and again, less is more. You know, I'm always thinking about rather too little than too much. I don't like the feeling after you've eaten something and you've had too much and you're actually like just fit for nothing for like 2 or 3 hours.
I love that food.
And your body's shutting down around you. Looks like food coming.
But how it just looks so meek. Like that wee bit of tuna that you just leave on the side of it.
No, listen, it depends. Sometimes we'll go for the half tin, sometimes we'll go for the full.
If I'm feeling
At
frisky,
Christmas.
if I'm feeling frisky, I'm not a full tin into it.
Food is fuel. To me, sometimes some people use it as a
drug-like pleasure.
And just for instant gratification, just for, you know what I mean.
Guilty as charged, Your Honour.
Anyway, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, now and again. Okay. Tell us a joke.
Did you hear about the way we 2 left feet on holidays? You bought a pair of flip-flops. What about you?
You knew when you said that.
What about you?
Knew, well,
You got one?
You couldn't resist, could you?
That's my Hall of Fame, right? I'm always going to pull that one out.
Well, I used to work in a shoe recycling factory. It was soul destroying. Hey,
I'll give you that one. Which is better.
We'll have to move on
We'll
now.
have to move on. That'll make a cut later.
We can't leave it on that. Where are we now? We'll try this one and then we'll go into some quick fire questions. Okay.
Yeah.
What is your pet hate? Is there something that really grinds your gears in people, in society, and in the world affairs maybe?
Laziness. I just can't abide laziness. I just can't. See people who just moan and don't want to do anything. Just life sappers, you know, they're just constantly moaning and just don't want to get involved, don't want to do anything, don't want to roll the sleeves up and get stuck in. They just can't be asked.
They've got
A draining quality, a draining power.
energy vampire.
Exactly, that's the one I was looking for. I can't, that's...
I don't like that either, because even see people that like will get in the car and drive to a shop that's 5-minute walk away. That kind of just bugs me.
I know, I'm the same.
For lots of reasons, you know. Right, laziness. Yep, I'm on board with that. Quick fire round.
Quick fire.
Okay. So
this can only be dangerous.
So you can try and
Just has to be one word answer.
quite rapidly.
Right.
Not necessarily, but just a fairly quick answer.
Okay. All God's children.
See, when we post this, we should title it "How Not to Be
How not to
Famous
make
Musician."
it.
No. Seriously, vinyl or digital?
Vinyl.
Early bird or night owl?
Probably back in the day, night owl, but now early bird.
Ronaldo or Messi?
It would have always been Ronaldo, and I'm not judging this just on the World Cup. I probably would edge more towards Messi now, because I think this past year for Ronaldo has been a really, really bad year, and that's been cemented by the fact that he's moved to play football in Saudi Arabia, and I'm going to leave that answer there.
It's a spectacular fall from grace.
It's just yeah.
Science or religion?
Fuck's sake, Mark.
Or a bit of both. I'll give you a lifeline there.
I'm going to can I change the word from religion? I'll say science, because I'm going to say science and spirituality.
Right?
That's deep. That's really like.
I'll give you
I'm
that.
sorry about that.
Yeah. Give you that.
So pretentious. Sorry,
So push you on that a wee bit, or? Or you can leave it there.
I think I wouldn't necessarily. Well, I wouldn't consider myself. I'm not a religious person, but I'm definitely a spiritual person. I definitely believe in a spiritual realm and a higher power, but I don't necessarily follow organised religions.
You can leave it there.
And I believe, but on the same hand, I believe in the power of science, but I also believe that science can be used to hoodwink people as well, and manipulate the masses. And I'll definitely leave that one there.
Good answer. Now this is tough. This is going to be a real tough one. John Deere or Massey Ferguson?
But Jesus,
You're taking longer than I thought.
I don't know if I can. What colour is my Scandi coat? Because I'm going to say, I wouldn't have a clue. Go with John Deere because it sounds better.
There you go.
Well, maybe just in Massey's like. The
Don't
blue,
knock the
the
Massey.
brown boot and blue jean brigade will go on crackers with my answer there, maybe.
Or Corey Oak.
Corey Oak with Jesus, driver like a Sterling.
S Club 7, Backstreet Boys.
Backstreet Boys.
I know.
Come on, like.
I was going to say they're guilty pleasure, but are they even guilty?
I mean,
There's some
that
crackers.
base beard was unbelievable. What do you call him?
Aye.
How did he keep that so? I suppose he had a full team working on him, like.
No doubt.
I wanted, see, but at age I could grow that. I realised it wasn't cool, like. But if I could have had that at about 12, like,
I know.
you'd have been rocking about with it. You maybe did have that at one point, did you? Because that was a crossover.
I probably
between-
tried, but mine
No, I think you did, you wee skitter.
had a ginger tinge.
Because that would have been, you could have palmed that off as Del Piero. Juventus, Italian 90.
You know what I tried then?
Really, it was a Backstreet Boys influence.
You know what I tried to have one time?
Huh.
When Perez was in his pomp, I tried that one. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember. Yeah. And you used to like,
Didn't really work.
you used to rub it now.
Moving on. Tato or Walkers?
Tato.
Easy. Cosmetics or au natural?
Cosmetics have to be real with this, like you've put me on the spot, haven't you? Well,
Or do you
not that you would know, but I do moisturise.
or
So
do you walk the line between those?
I sort of have the
It's-
line. Actually, I
treacherous.
had this conversation with a guy in the gym this morning, and he laughed when he sees this because he knows who he is. He said to me, he goes, "Do you shave your legs?" And I went, and he goes, "Man,
That's like step 2 for
there has to be a line.
Yeah.
Okay, I might moisturise, you know, I might use special charcoal conditioner every now and again, you know, but I'm not going to start shaving my legs. That's step 2 for me. In terms of my masculinity, I have to hold on to something.
For
But listen, I'm not going to judge people who, if you want to wax any party, crack on.
Keane or McGeaney?
If a cardboard cutout keying up the stairs, like,
Well, that might be an answer.
but
We don't
Geezer
have
just
one.
hits different, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah.
especially now since Geezer got the I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Geezer's a BJJ black belt, got it there last month.
McGregor mentioned him in an interview I was watching this morning.
McGeaney's a savage, like. In every sense of the word. I actually saw a video clip talking about how
He's a local savage.
I know.
Keane's local in national terms.
I love King, you know. But that image of Geezer holding the ball and falling onto his knees to finally clinch Sam for our
Immortal.
man, immortal.
Okay.
But I love them both. But if I had gone to the head, I would probably go Geezer.
Meat free or meat fest?
Meat fest.
All day.
All day long, baby.
Sport.
And I'm not happy about that. Like, I'd love to be a veggie.
Mhm.
My daughter's a veggie. I'm very proud of her for it. For 2 years now.
Would you think about even going a couple of days a week
No.
meat free
No.
and just to experiment?
I have done it, but yeah, I don't really know why I don't do it. It's probably selfish. I just want to get my protein intake and, you know, that sort of way and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I will cut down.
Sport or music? It's tough at the time.
I'm going to say you've given me a loophole here that I can escape from. Sport to me, I could define that as like organised sport or something, right? So I could do without the likes of United and stuff like that, right? And UFC.
But you're holding on to the recreational stuff
Yeah.
that you
My own
Love.
training,
Yeah.
I'll hold on to that and keep music.
Right.
Like, I would really struggle without music. Like.
Right, I'll give you that. A few quiet ones or an absolute sesh?
Both. Monster sense.
In that order, it starts out like from there it goes
I'm going for a few quiet ones and they go absolutely ballistic. These days, if I have my choice, I'll always choose a few quiet ones simply because I'm not psychologically strong enough for the aftermath of an absolute sesh now. I still can do it at the time with the best of them, but I just couldn't hack the aftermath, so definitely a few quiet ones.
Beatles or Oasis?
And yeah, well, I'm going to say Oasis because historically I've always been an Oasis fan, and in fact, I used to mock the Beatles. I remember, because you and I've had this conversation before, I used to sit and go, so when Bob Dylan was writing Tambourine Man, they were writing I Want to Hold Your Hand. I even said once, I can't believe I said this too, even said once, it's just the 60s version of One Direction. Sorry. But recently,
It takes a big man to admit a comment like that.
well, you know what? You see, I would say we were away in Hard Rock in Tenerife, which is very Beatles themed. You're supposed to be quick fire, but I'm going off on the tangent because you've opened the Beatles door. We were away in the Hard Rock in Tenerife, which is about 5-6 years ago now. Very Beatles themed, orientated, all Beatles influenced, because they stayed there before they broke. They were given 2 weeks off, and Ringo, George Harrison and McCartney went and stayed in this hotel. It's since been refurbed and all the rest, but I never really listened before that. And then I was in the room one time and I was just laying up in this big plunge pool thing. It was class, and Blackbird came on the hotel speaker, and I was like, a moment, like the road to Damascus. I was like, these guys have something here. Yeah, these guys have something. And I came back, and mate in school loves the Beatles, made me a wee Beatles playlist and stuff. And I've been listening to them ever since, and I just think they're amazing. But yeah, I'll pick Oasis in that.
So I'll put a gun to your head. Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Speed or strength?
Flip, baby.
I suppose from a combat sports point of view.
Sort of, right fella. They're all, they sort of go hand in hand, I suppose. In terms of, this is our moment here.
He didn't agree with that answer.
Cub, this is our moment here. What you did? Give me a ball. I'm not going to chase you, like. I'm going to go.
What do you like to see in an athlete?
Speed.
Speed kills.
Speed.
Right.
Okay. No speed.
Liam or Noel?
I will never answer that question. Like. And there's people going to watch this here and they're going to maybe laugh or maybe don't laugh, but they'll. I've got an argument about this. Like, I wouldn't pick between one of them. You know.
You feel like you're selling.
It's like beans and burnt sauce.
Aye.
You know, you separated. They're potent forces, but when you put the brown sauce on top of the beans, it's immeasurable.
Otherworldly.
Yeah, and that's the same with Liam and Noel.
On the fence.
I'm not going on offense. I'm just saying I'm not answering. I won't be bullied into answering that one, Mark. Who would you pick? You've always been a Noel man, haven't you?
I'm going Noel. I went through a phase where I loved Liam, but it was a phase.
You're going to lie about this.
I loved
You're going to deny this.
Style.
You're going to deny this. In our room, in our place in university, in your room, above your bed, right there, was a massive Liam poster.
That's true.
Okay, well, you denied it one other time, so I've got it on camera.
It was an amazing kind of, it was a photo diary of kind of Oasis. Some of the images were amazing. That's what I did.
He had a big like cross or something, wasn't it?
It was class photo. Yeah,
you had some good times with that one on the lonely nights, didn't you?
I had half a tin of tune on the shelf. The Liam poster.
A good quiet night in.
That was me hot.
Nothing quiet. Where did I go up with it? Beating off the walls. I'll have to cut that bit.
Batman or Spider-Man?
Batman all day long. Batman.
Dolphins or pandas?
Pandas.
Too racist. Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac. West Coast, baby.
Right.
I'd come from the West Coast to actually close.
I think that'll do us. Happy enough for that?
Happy enough for that.
So, now we will probably run a bath and,
light some candles.
And then watch this back in the bath.
Yeah. Tops and tails are like smuggling.
Hopefully not.
Spoons.
Just walk in this. Here, man. Pleasure.